Is what it do and how the hell are all of you with yours truly, Petra? Fucking back with another mother love. You already know the deal. Grab a smoke, grab your drink, and lock in with your boy because we back with another reaction. Man, rap is a crazy game, right? It's a game of beats, rhythm, lyrics, bars, double entendres. The game of rap is ever evolving. So that's one of the reasons I've said before that I think rap is by far the greatest genre of music to ever come to the scene. And I'm not talking about none of this mumble rappers, Little Pump, Island Boys, none of them, right? I'm talking about the greats that have came and done the job when it comes to putting rap on the map. You know what I mean? And now that rap is on that map, you have different genres mixing in to rap. That's where we come across country rap, aka hip hop, aka whatever the fuck you want to call it. But what I do know is a lot of people label any white rapper country rap, hip hop, when that just is not the case. It's easy to say that's the case, but it's not. You know what I mean? A lot of these rappers, bro, really, a lot of these white rappers really lived a life that would put a shame to some of the gangsters that run on the streets that you know. And I think that's one of the things that is so relatable is the story that is told. Whether that's Burden, Mises, Adam Calhoun, Upchurch, Brodnax, FJ Outlaw, Jelly Roll, Struggle. That's just to name a couple. You know what I mean? So in this reaction, we gonna listen to some motherfucking Brodnax, baby. Some mother loving Brodnax, baby. Now let's get into it like it owes us some money. Now we here with Vanilla Gorilla. Man's a savage with the bars, so expect some motherfucking pause and play back. You know that? That's something I wanted to point out because I thought it was dope shit. As we back up here for a second. The first motherfucking comment on this bitch. Let's keep going on it. We're going to scroll all the way back up. Oh, then they scroll all the way up that way. Your boy smoked too much. We got Burden saying Brodnax been snapping. Now that's the truth, baby. That's the truth. Let's pull this up like it owes some money. Shut that off. Here we go.
Ooh, some bitch right here is just jumping out the pot, bitch. Jumping jack. I can't even keep the lid on it. Hold the thing. They on the motherfucker beating the button, bitch.
That right there, he talking about jumping out the pot, can't even keep the lid on it. He like that beat. He talking about this beat. He about to murk this mother loving beat. He about to take it to the swamp, which he's standing and doing his music video. Dig him a little 3-foot hole and give that beat a shallow grave, baby. That's what he means. He about to pop off so hot that even if you had a lid to put on him, it ain't gonna work. Here we go.
Ooh,
I like the beat though.
Just jumping out the pot, bitch. Jumping jack.
The beat's
I
always
can't even
snapping.
keep the lid on it. Hold the thing. They on the motherfucker beating the button, bitch. Bitch, I'm making that.
And before he goes off, I wanna just say something. Now, I'm not from the South. I'm not from the South like he from Louisiana. I'm not from Florida, Bama, Georgia, Mississippi, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. I'm not from none of them states. I'm from the frozen north, baby. So some of the lingo that he uses, I still got to learn that shit because I've never been down south long enough to learn that kind of lingo. And I'm not going to act like I have. So sometimes you may hear me run that shit back, not understanding what he's saying until I can grasp it, you know what I mean? Get the context. So if you can help a brother out, tell me what some of the shit means, especially if you hear me struggling with it. Tell me in the comments what it means so then I know what it means. You know what I mean? I don't want to be looking up certain shit on Urban Dictionary or, you know, and it not mean what it mean, you know what I mean?
Bitch, I'm making action. The code that is cracking, this rapping. You know this shit only be slapping. The thriller, vanilla gorilla. Come out of the jungle and snatch up a rapper. They think it's a gang, but ain't nobody playing. We really been out here to talk about practice. Break your supply and build it back better.
Damn, he be coming out hard, bro. He just snapping just to snap. Now, I've been waiting a minute to see what rapper would really come out with Vanilla, Vanilla Gorilla, like Milli Vanilli. Vanilla Gorilla, that shit kind of rhyme, Vanilla, you know what I mean? And the way he coming at it right now, he really beat a Vanilla Gorilla coming at the bars like that. He's snapping, bro. And I think what he's talking about is motherfuckers in his lane been snapping hard as fuck when it comes to some of these beats. And they've been snapping hardest when it comes to the game itself.
But bitch, I'm making action. The code that is cracking, this rapping. You know this shit only be slapping. The thriller, vanilla gorilla. Come out of the jungle and snatch up a rapper. They think it's a gang, but ain't nobody playing. We really been out here to talk about practice. Break your supply and build it back better. And you go out there and you make the shit happen. Bitch, you just talking and yapping. Bring me the crime. The bitches is cat. They making.
Right there, he's talking about, you want to be out there, you got to get out there. You want to be about it. That's what I'm getting from it off rip. You know what I mean? If you want to be an artist, if you want to be a musician, if you want to be a podcast or a radio host, any kind of thing, right? You really got to get out there and do it. You got to hit that motherfucking ground running every day. You know what I mean? Especially in this day and age, man, content is king. Cash is still king, those things. But when you talking about being an artist, especially with the internet the way it is now, content is king. So you either got to put out some content that got maximum replay value, or you got to put out enough content that motherfuckers still like your freshness. You know what I mean?
Bitch, I'm making action. The code that is cracking, this rapping. You know this shit only be slapping. The thriller, vanilla gorilla. Come out of the jungle and snatch up a rapper. They think it's a gang, but ain't nobody playing. We really been out here to talk.
Like you said, a vanilla gorilla come out the jungle, snatch up a rapper. You know what I mean? He's talking about you might have to, in the rap game, you may have to come out and come at somebody, especially if they trying to speak ill on what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, look at a good example is Burden going after Caskey, Adam Calhoun going after Hoser, Justin Time and Adam Calhoun going after a whole list of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And this can go back to like Eazy-E and Ice Cube days, fucking Ice Cube and Common. We can rap beef really is something that when someone says something, that's the best way to answer back is on that track. You know what I mean? But I really think like a good example is when I was growing up, if you was gangbanging and you was white, motherfuckers really try to, you can't be a gang member and be white. You can't be, no, and they don't allow it. That type shit, right? Now, I also remember in high school and middle school and shit, I know a lot of cats remember standing in a circle and listening to motherfuckers freestyle, right? Remember on the table, pop, 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 with the pens and the pencils and shit trying to make a beat? People used to say, white boys can't rap unless you Eminem. No. And even to this day, they'll still say that white people somehow are trying to steal a culture. So when Brodnax comes out, it was like, yo, no, sometimes you got to beat a vanilla gorilla, come out, snatch a motherfucking rapper, and just terrorize the motherfuckers to the beat. He got a point. You may have to put on harder because motherfuckers may think that your story is weak, sauce, whatever. You know what I mean? When that just is not always the case. It's a sad truth, but it's nonetheless a truth. You know what I mean?
By practice, break your supply and build it back better. And you go out there and you make the shit happen. Bitch, you just talking and yapping. Bring me the crime. The bitches is cat. They making the music like it was a movie. They're playing a role, but bitch, we ain't acting.
Right there. He was like, this ain't a movie, bitch, we not acting. And when you think about the bars he said before that, the context before that, there's really people that get into these games, get into these lanes that aren't about it. You know what I mean? Good example is, we'll just go do a good example. When you think about politics, you got grifters out the ass speaking on shit they don't really know about, shit they don't research, and shit they don't care about. They just want to use it to get whatever clout they can get. You got rappers that come out and will sing about things that they've never went through. You know what I mean? Like a good example is Dax made a song once about being cheated on. And then he came out and said, I've never been cheated on before. So you wrote about a song about something you had never experienced. Not that you can't do that, but motherfuckers look at you differently. And that's just a small, stupid example. Think about all the rappers out there that are talking about shooting, drug slanging, catching bodies, having the biggest whip on 20 foes with gold chains and every kind of hoe that you could ever want. You know what I mean? That's not true. A lot of these rappers are rapping about shit that they've never lived, never been through, never gonna live through. You know what I mean? That's the reason a lot of people don't like Drake. A lot of people can fuck with his music, but can't fuck with him or his image. Because Drake was Jimmy on Degrassi, already had money before he became a rapper, and you had money as a teen being an actor. So how the fuck could you be spitting about being on the streets, this, that, the other? You know what I mean? Now, he's a good storyteller. He's a good salesman. But again, he's not selling you his real stories. And if he is selling you real stories, those real stories are going to be mixed in a bunch of convoluted stories. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. So when I think of Brodnax and I think a lot of these other rappers that I listen to, they are telling stories that they've went through. You know what I mean? They're telling stories that they've had to endure. Now, like Brodnax is saying, like, this bitch is saying Hollywood. We not acting. This is not a movie. I've lived this shit. I've been in the streets. I've had to work that job. You know what I mean? A lot of motherfuckers just don't get that.
We see y'all ain't really real, y'all bitches is slow. Mama said you get 3 pairs, leave out 1 pair, you both. Hey, bum into it, I gon' get it, bitch. Get it, bitch. Been outside since we was itty bitty, and we never switched. It's the original, authentic. Ooh, bitch, it's the original, authentic. The authentic. I could do this all day, do the same time. Do this from motherfucking Monday to Sunday, this Sunday to Monday. But what in the fuck is they talking about, bitch? They ain't talking about nothing. Look like we got this little bitty bitch jumping. Sean Kim fresh about the motherfucking gym. They ain't never seen nobody do it like him. Be willing to
bombs, dropping bombs, bro. We gotta run it back, bro.
Hey, bum into it, I gon' get it, bitch. Get it, bitch. Been outside since we was itty bitty.
That right there, man. I remember, you know, and that right there, that been outside since we was itty bitty. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, when I was a kid, bro, I was always outside. Whether it was in a trailer court running around with homies, outside the apartment building, you know, I was always outside. Nowadays, things are different. You know, video games and shit they were big when I was a kid, but it wasn't as, not everybody had a PS4, PS5 type shit, you know. Just wasn't like that. And you still a lot of kids that just got out after school and did their things. You still had a lot of kids that stayed home and did their game shit, but you had a lot of kids that still went out and did shit. And something that I recognized is me and my friends, we would always be out on the block, running amok, doing whatever we was doing. And then when you looked at other areas, maybe areas that had more money, those people's kids either was at another kid's house when their parents had some money, or they was at their own house. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that every kid that I knew that was like that stayed at their house. But they was normally so wrapped up in extracurricular activities that costed money than we did. You know what I mean? Like, we could join the school team, but there was no traveling team because our parents had no money for that shit. You know what I mean? So a lot of these kids now, they may have been busy or this, that, the other, but when we was outside, we was outside. Now, if we seen some shit we shouldn't have seen, we just didn't say nothing. You know what I mean? And that's what I get from this. Like, it's not a movie, we not acting. We really outside. We always been outside. That's where you can catch us. You know, that's what I'm getting from it. And I think a lot of motherfuckers can really relate to this music. It don't matter what color you are. I think if you've ever dealt with a motherfucking struggle where you had to be about that action, Jackson, you know what I mean? Then I think you can relate to this piece. That's what I think.
We never switched, it's the original, authentic. Ooh, bitch, it's the original, authentic. The authentic. I could do this all day, do the same time. Do this from motherfucking Monday to Sunday, this Sunday to Monday. But what in the fuck is they talking about, bitch? They ain't talking about nothing. Look like we got this little bitty bitch jumping. Sean Kim fresh about the motherfucking gym. They ain't never seen nobody do it like him. Be willing to die for the shit up, but bitch, you won't win. I'm out here
talking about Sean Kemp.
in the fuck they talking about, bitch, they ain't talking about nothing. Look like we got this little bitty bitch jumping. Sean Kim fresh about the motherfucking gym. They ain't never seen nobody do it like him. Be willing to die for the shit of a bitch you won't win. I'm out here to chasing the
Right there, you said we gonna get this little bitch jumping. You know? And like he said, you really gotta be about that if you're trying to get a win. You gotta try to go big to get that win. And that's something that I think a lot of motherfuckers now would like chase the bag, get your crown, that kind of shit. That's Brodnax, you can tell, is old school, right? He's old school, knows all the new lingo, but he's not fucking with the new lingo. He using old school lingo. And that's how I see it. That's how I'm listening to it. That's how I hear it. And how I'm taking it is he's letting it, if you really want to be about that action, and that's what you're going to claim you about, then you have to be about it. And if you're not, then you will be exposed as some fakery. You know what I mean? And that old saying, real recognizes real until real ends up going up against fakery. You know what I mean? And you can really tell motherfuckers. So a lot of cats are fake from 21 Jump. A lot of real people can tell a two-faced cat from Jump. A lot of real people can hear a motherfucker just lie through their teeth and know it's a lie. You know what I mean? And that's a lot what I'm getting from this myself. This song is, sometimes you gotta be the vanilla gorilla. Sometimes you gotta be the gorilla in the motherfucking room. Sometimes you gotta pound on your motherfucking chest so motherfuckers know that they ain't gonna get the best of you. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting from this.
in the dream, but I still gotta raise these kids. Serving this soul food, this sold on a Sunday. The kind of the shit that'll stick to your ribs. Say that they claiming they country gangster, but bitch, we know that ain't the way that you live. We been doing country rap tune for a long ass time, but we got that from the pimp. This the go.
Right there, you said we got that from the pimp. That's from Pimp C.
Sold on a Sunday, the kind of the shit that'll stick to your ribs. Say that they claiming they country gangster, but bitch, we know that ain't the way that you live. We been doing country rap tune for
that right there. Motherfuckers say they country rap, but they not country. Motherfuckers say they gangster, but they not gangster. And that is something that we have seen play out in the rap genre time and time again. We've seen motherfuckers get exposed left, right, and center for the things that they claim that they be about. And as he's saying, motherfuckers know. Motherfuckers know, you know what I mean? They know. If you really going to be about what you're really about, or if you going to be faking it to make it. Motherfuckers can tell, bro. And Pimp C was not no motherfucking slouch, was no slacking. Pimp C and Bun B had motherfucking music that will be bumped in 100 years. That is a fact. You may not bump that shit wherever you live, but I promise you right now, as we bumping this, talking about this shit right now, someone's talking and listening to Pimp C as we speak. That's a Garen motherfucking T.
A long ass time, but we got that from the pen. This the ghost of Katrina and the Magnolia Soldier Slim. And I got Louisiana with let the bottom in the bed. Ain't let the bottom in the bottom.
You hear that shit? He talked about the Katrina. That motherfucking horrible motherfucking hurricane that Louisiana faced, man. And then when Soldier Slim was popping, someone took him before he really could blow up. You know what I mean? And something that Brodnax is saying, he's putting Louisiana on the map. Now, people can say, yo, he's throwing up, man. That's L.A., bro. Nah, that's Louisiana, bro. That's what he means it to be. So, he's really putting on for the South and for his state. You know what I mean? That is something that is commendable and respectable, bro, because a lot of people ain't gonna do that and couldn't do it even if they wanted to do it. Brodnax, that guy that can do it.
This the ghost of Katrina and the Magnolia Soldier Slim. And I got Louisiana with let the bottom in the bed. Ain't let the bottom in the bottom. I got Louisiana data, let the bottom in the bed. I promise you it, I gon' get it, bitch. You get it, bitch. Been outside since we was itty bitty, and we never switched. It's the original, authentic. Ooh, bitch, it's the original, authentic. The authentic.
Original and authentic. Because that's something that Brodnax pushes, bro. He pushes being original and being authentic to yourself. And that's something that I can really say Brodnax is, because look at his videos, bro. He is not out here chucking $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 for booty shaking, cars, venues, this, that, the other. This man is literally, looks like he going into whatever town he's in. He's like, can I use your barbershop? Can I use your little corner store? Yo, let's jump out the whip right here and get up in this storm ditch. This shit look dope. You know what I mean? That's some real shit to me, bro. And when you spitting real bars and you telling a story and you telling your story, putting your shit on the map, and that's the video you bring in. The video is shot well. Do not get this twisted. That video is shot well. He ain't got no shaky tweaker trying to shoot that shit. And that probably is not done on a motherfucking iPhone either. Let's keep it a buck. But this man is keeping it humble, keeping it original, and keeping that shit authentic the whole way through. And not very many motherfucking rappers can say that. He look like a fucking killer right here, bro. Tell me he don't. Tell me he don't look like a killer right here, bro. He look like he about to jump through that motherfucking window like a pit bull jumps through a fucking screen door, bro. He look like he about to go toe to motherfucking toe with Debo, dog. Like, come on, bro. That's just, and you know it. You know myself, like that window, I like that kind of a window. That's a dope motherfucking window, bro. I don't know why I like that. The aesthetic, I don't know why I'm digging it, but that shot right there is dope as fuck, bro. Just dope. And that's one of the reasons I fuck with him so much, bro. He's if I ever get it to Louisiana, I hope I can meet Brodnax. Period.
I'm into it, I gon' get it, bitch. Get it, bitch. Been outside since we was itty bitty, and we never switched. It's the original, authentic. Ooh, bitch, it's the original, authentic.
Look at that background, dog. Killer cuts. Got a clown. I think that's a clown on the wall pulling it. Yeah, it's like a person. Person pulling their face down. Shit look like could be Biggie under that mask. You know what I mean? Killer cuts, bro. And let's keep it a buck, bro. There are some true killers in motherfucking OG, bro. Original. You know what I mean? Now, let's keep it a buck. There's definitely some killers in motherfucking Louisiana, bro. And Louisiana got some heart and motherfucking soul that has been put into the music world that made the music world something that it would not have been without that heart and soul put into it. And no one that likes rap can deny that shit. Every state has their own something that they help put in, right? Louisiana is a state that has put a lot into it. A lot of rappers. And the sad thing is a lot of rappers have lost their life that was hot coming up out of Louisiana. And that's something that is beyond sad, beyond tragic, because a lot of these artists, bro, these young cats that got taken way before they should have, could have really did something banging for the music industry had the street beef not boiled over. You know what I mean? And now, if you go out and you put that beef, diss tracks out, this, that, the other, that's on you. You can do what you want to do. I'm not going to knock you. But like I've always said, every action has a reaction. Everything that happens socially has a consequence that follows us as well. Good, bad, or ugly. You go and say the wrong shit to somebody, bro, they could clean your clock. They could cock back the Glock. You know what I mean? So that's where I really think people have, that's why I say it's tragic. That's why I say it's sad. Because a lot of these people, bro, made music not realizing that it could lead to what it led to. You know what I mean? That's just how I see it. I could be dead wrong, but that's how I see it. I don't think people are out there making music, even if it's a diss track. You know what I mean? Look at Young Dolph and Yo Gotti. They went back and forth how often? And there was a lot of rumors, this, that, and other that circulated around Yo Gotti going after Dolph, this, that, the other, but it showed that you could have a real hatred for each other and still maybe not blast at each other every time you see each other. You know what I mean? Because they had to have crossed paths at some time at some award show, this, that, the other, and they wasn't hopping at each other. So it did show you could make music. It goes back to Biggie and Pac. Hated each other at one point, was homies at a point. It was rap is a love-hate thing, and I think a lot of hatred comes with it, but then also a lot of love follows. But I think you got to get through the hate to get to the love, and that's just a fucking deathly process that surely does seem. But that's one of the reasons that I like rap so much, because so many artists tell such good stories and tell their stories in such a way that it gets you and it makes you think about your own stories, makes you think about the own things you went through. Like how many times you've listened to somebody spit about running from the cops, selling a bag, getting the lights turned on, this, that, that. How many times have you heard a rapper drop a bar that you could relate to? You know what I mean? For me, it's in the billions of times, seemingly. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons I say that I take rap as the best genre of music to ever have come out. You can fight me for that, but it's still what I think. And on those notes, you already know what it is. Stay blessed, stay safe, and listen to you some motherfucking Brodnax. Go give him a follow, give him a subscribe, and heart all the motherfucking posts you see of his. Help that motherfucker hit the algorithm, hit them charts, and get that paper. Peace.